Hey guys, so today we're going to be doing a full face of Colourpop, which I'm really excited about. Colourpop is one of my all-time favourite brands, and yeah, I just think they're such great quality, they're super affordable, and yeah, I love Colourpop, so let's get into it. My brows today, I used the Clear Feather Effect Styling Wax. And then I went over the top of that with the Precision Brow Pencil in Cool Cocoa. Carved them out with the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Concealer. And then I did have to use the Benefit 24-hour brow setup because I don't have a clear brow gel from Colourpop. I know I had the styling wax in there, but I just didn't feel right not putting brow gel in. I have almost a full face. It's just a couple of things I don't have, like mascara and lashes and things like that. But basically everything else I have, so let's get into it. I'm going to prime my eyes with the Pilates base. I know this also isn't Colourpop, but we're not off to a good start, are we? I don't know why, but so I went and watched like Deadpool the other day, and like, spoiler alert, but there's like at the start, like the opening credits or opening scene or whatever it's called, Deadpool's like dancing to the song like Bye Bye. You know, like, bye, 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 I don't want to be a fool for you, or whatever the song is. And, like, it's going around on TikTok at the moment. It's called, like, the Deadpool dance or whatever, like, and obviously, like, that song was, like, made before Deadpool. But I always, like, I don't know if this is a Mandela effect, probably not. I'm probably just, like, uneducated. But I always thought that that song was by the Backstreet Boys. Maybe I'm thinking of Backstreet's Back. No, I don't know. I just always thought that song was by the Backstreet Boys. And then, like, I was scrolling on TikTok the other day, and obviously it was like, yeah, it's by, like, what do they call it? Like, NSYNC or something, or NYSync, or I don't know, whatever it is. And I was like, oh, what? What? Am I the only person that didn't know that song wasn't by the Backstreet Boys? I'm 24, so, you know, I wasn't, like, I feel like this stuff was, like, late 90s, like, early 2000s, but I was obviously still, like, a little babes. I was born in 2000, so I feel like I kind of just missed that era. But I don't know, I always thought that was by the Backstreet Boys. Today we're going to take the High Tide palette, which I'm so excited. This is one that I have not tried out yet. Very excited. It looks stunning. Let's, like, how pretty. You guys know that I love a good blue, so I'm very excited. I feel like this would look so nice as a halo eye, but I think that I'm just gonna do, I think, a good old cut crease today, half cut crease. I haven't done one in a while, so yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Very first shade I'm gonna take is called Currents, and it's like this light kind of shade. But yeah, so I always thought that song was Backstreet Boys, but it's not, and because you know, even when I was sitting in the movies, I was like, oh yeah, like, they're playing that song by the Backstreet Boys. And no, I was wrong. I was sorely mistaken. So, who knew? But yeah, it was also funny, like I knew, like, it's also funny though, because I feel like a lot of people on TikTok didn't even know it was, like, a song beforehand. So I feel like I get points for at least knowing that the song existed before Deadpool. I just didn't know that it wasn't the Backstreet Boys, so. And yeah, it's been stuck in my head for a, like, I don't know, a week or so now, so. Anyway, I can't stop singing. I honestly, like, I'm not really, like, a movie type of girl. I like TV shows, like, I do like movies. They're alright. It depends on the movie. But, like, the thought of, like, sitting down for, like, a couple of hours and, like, not being able to, and, like, having to pay attention, like, for a couple of hours is just really not for me. Unless it's, like, a movie that I obviously really love. But, you know, I like TV shows, or, like, it's so weird, like, I can't, like, if Gade was like, let's go watch a 2-hour movie, I'd be like, girl, no. But, like, if one of my favourite YouTubers released, like, a 2-hour video, I'd be like, oh my god, best day ever. So, I don't know. But, where I was going with that tangent is, yeah, I'm not a super movie girl, but I would actually really like to go back and watch Deadpool again. I feel like it was just a really fun movie. I enjoyed it a lot, like, I feel like I just hate being bored, obviously. I'm going to go into the shade called new wave, and it's a little bit deeper than the colour we just used. But yeah, so I don't, if like the movie's good, obviously I don't care how long it kind of is, I guess. Yeah, like I'm not super into movies. It was like weird when Kate and I first met, because that was kind of all he did. Like, and don't get me wrong, like I was at home every night like watching YouTube, but I didn't even have a TV. Did I have a TV in my room? I can't remember. I don't think I had a TV in my room. If I did, it wasn't even plugged in. Because I just always had my laptop and I was a YouTube girl. Like, I watched YouTube every night. So when I went to Cade, like when I first met Cade, I went to his house and stuff, and he like actively used the TV. I was like, weird. He showed me like, he loves movies. He's like a movie boy. Like, he's the type of person who'll stay home on the weekend and like scroll through Netflix and be like, oh yeah, I'll watch this movie. And to me that is so weird, because I'm just not that type of person. But I will like, I don't know, like I will also like lay on the lounge room floor all weekend watching YouTube videos. So like I know it's kind of like similar but like just different forms. But like movies to me is weird. Like I could just never like, I don't know, the thought of like staying in bed on like a weekend and scrolling through Netflix and finding a movie to watch is just like, it's really weird to me. But like the thought of like sitting on the lounge room floor all weekend watching YouTube is like, yeah. So Cade loves movies. He's a movie boy, and he showed me like quite a few like movies. Like I'd never watched Cars, and I was like, oh, I'm not watching that. Like it's gonna be trash. And then we watched Cars together, and I actually enjoyed it so much. Like it was actually so great. So yeah, I'm like, there's definitely been some movies that he's shown me that I've been like, this is so good. And yeah, I don't know where this whole tangent started, but basically I don't even know what the point of what I was saying was, or where I was honestly going with this. But before I met Kate, I wasn't super into movies. I'm still not, but I would go back and watch Deadpool. Sorry for that really like long-winded tangent. I've got like a little bit of like phlegm blocking my throat. I know that's really gross, so talking is like, I'm just gonna take like a little fluffy brush and just like blend that. It's like a lot more pigmented over this. I need to build it up a bit. Yes, I've got like a bit of phlegm in my throat, which is really annoying. But in saying that, I feel like I'm not nearly as sick as like I used to be. I feel like I used to be like bedridden every other week when I was like smoking and things like that. Obviously I wasn't very healthy back then. I still don't think I'm that healthy, but I don't smoke anymore. And I also take a lot of like vitamins and stuff now. And it's been crazy because this week I feel like I've had a hint of a cold, but like it hasn't got like, I feel like it just isn't kind of breaking through. And I feel like I honestly feel like it's to do with like all of the vitamins and stuff that I take these days. And I feel like my immune system is just so much better. Like whether or not that's true, I don't know. But that's just kind of how it seems. And it's so cool because yeah. It's like I've had like a bit of a sore throat and like my nose, like I feel like, yeah, like I've had a bit of like phlegm in the back of my throat and things like that. And like my ears were a little bit sore like earlier in the week, but like it hasn't actually like progressed to like a full cold that like has taken me out or anything like that. Like I haven't had to have any days off work or anything. And I used to be the type of person where I was like, I don't care, like, you know, like what I put into my body has absolutely nothing to do with the way that I'm feeling. And now I'm starting to think that I might, like obviously I always knew, but I feel like, you know, I'm recently like becoming a little bit less stubborn and a little bit more grown up, I guess, in a sense. I'm going to take the shade called Urchin, and we're getting into like deeper territory now. But yeah, so I feel like I've recently, you know, I'm maturing a little bit, and I'm still not the, you know, epitome of health by any means. And I really need to change like what I eat a little bit. Like sugar is a big downfall of mine. I just cannot deny myself a sweet treat. But oh, I know it's so bad for you. I also don't believe, like personally, I don't want to be the type, like I don't want to be someone that never ever eats sugar or anything like that. Like if you don't, that's your journey, like power to you and all that. But I feel like for me, in my personal life and like in the life that I envision for myself, I would rather moderation. Like, I don't want to cut things out completely because I do honestly enjoy sugar. It's one of my favourite things in the whole world. I love sweet treats. I love lollies. And yeah, so I'm not going to be a person that like never ever eats it. But I do definitely need to cut it down. And like, I'll do alright. Like, you know, I'll go the whole day. I'm like, girl, I have not had any sweet treats today. And I did that yesterday and I was like, oh my god, I'm doing so well. And then like it got to like, I don't know, 7 p.m. at night or something, and I was like, And then I Uber Eats all this like sugar and I was like, we were so close. I feel like I've been a little bit more lenient on myself this week because I have had my period, so I've been like, whatever makes you feel better, girl. Yeah, I feel like just making some little healthier choices has been so great for me, and I really just want to kind of just continue to do so, continue to cut things down and increase good foods as well, like healthy foods, I guess. Like, I don't eat many vegetables or much fruit or anything like that, and I really need to increase those type of things because I want to be fueling my body with like good stuff, you know. And honestly, if last year me saw me talking about this now, she would be cringing because she'd be like, oh, what, you are so gross. But because, like, you know, obviously my parents will always harping on to me, especially my father, you know, that, you know, if you eat sugar, it's bad, you know, this and that. Which, mind you, I get my sweet treat loving from my father, so he's in no place to talk, but he loves sweet treats maybe even more than I do, so I blame you, Dad. I'm going to take the shade now called Luna, and I'm putting that, like, in the very outer corner. Actually, I'm just going to quickly blend it a little bit more first, and then we're going to do that. So yeah, if last year me was, like, looking at this video, she'd be like, girl. But it honestly is true, and I feel like, I mean, I don't know a whole lot about nutrition. I don't know, like, you know, barely anything about this topic because it's not something that I've ever really been interested in before. All I know is how I'm feeling now by making the choices, not the choices, like the small changes and stuff that I have made. And I do honestly feel better. And that's just going off, I don't know, how I feel personally. So I don't think I'd ever care enough to actually look into like nutrition because it's not something that interests me, but I'm happy to make like help, like obviously like if you're going out for lunch and like there's like, I don't know how to explain it, but like obviously there's obvious choices to make and I know those ones, so but yeah, I don't think I'd ever care enough to kind of look into nutrition and like get super deep into it because it's just not me. It's just not something that like super interests me. But obviously, yeah, like I know how to make the easy good choices, I guess. And yeah, I know obviously how I've been feeling, and I just feel like I feel a lot better, like I do. And I feel like I didn't notice it so much when I first started, but now the fact that like I've kind of had this lingering cold all week and it hasn't progressed, I feel like that's a big sign of like my body's like fighting off stuff better than it used to be able to. So yeah, I don't know. Also with my anxiety and things like that, I feel like I'm taking vitamins and making like a little bit less like making like better choices, like stop not smoking anymore, things like that, have made my mental health a lot better as well. Yeah, I don't know, this is such a weird tangent to be on, like, and like I said, I don't think that I ever will be like go full balls deep, so to speak, into nutrition and things like that because it just doesn't honestly interest me, like personally. But I know, like, kind of, you know, I know some things, obviously. I know that obviously I need to eat more veggies and that I should be staying away from, like, you know, I know that Uber Eats things $30 worth of sugary treats and then eating them at 7 p.m. at night is not a good healthy choice. But so, like, you know, like, those are the kind of like changes that I'm making. They're nothing drastic, they're nothing massive. I'm not like calorie counting or anything like that. And I don't know like the ins and outs of everything, and I'm never going to claim to, and I'm never going to probably get to the point where I do know that stuff, because like I said, it's not for me. But if you do, power to you, because like I actually think it, like I see people doing it and stuff on Instagram. I really applaud them, because I feel like it's so cool that they can do that. But yeah, it's just not for me. But anyway, basically, I don't know. I'm trying to be a little bit healthier. Okay, let's blend this, and then I'm gonna cut the crease. Before I do that, actually, I'm just gonna go back into a shade called Urchin. Just on the brush I took it on before, and just like ever so slightly, just kind of like redefine that. Now I'm taking the shade Currants, the first one that we used, and using that to just blend everything. Alright, I'm gonna go cut my crease, and then I will be back. Okay, so this is how we are looking. Obviously I'm gonna clean it up when we're done, but I think that I'm going to take this shade here. It's a Super Shock Shadow, and it's called Sure Thing. I just feel like it's this one here. I don't know, I feel like it'll look nice. So I'm going to put that on, I think. And then there's a shade in this palette called Free Floating. Oh, that's pretty though as well. Maybe I'll put that in like the inner corner. So I'm going to take the Sure Thing shade. And put that on. I'm gonna bring it like just to about there, and leave like the tiniest bit to put that other shade in there. Kind of wish I had to deepen this up just the tiniest bit more, but obviously too late for that now. Now that these shades on, I don't know if I made the right choice. Like, it's stunning. I mean, it's on there now, so there's no going back. But no, like, it is really pretty. I feel like it's just, it looks very similar to what's already on the eyes. I'm just worried it all kind of blends in a bit too much, and that's kind of why I wish that I made this a little bit darker. So I'm going to go back into the Lunar shade, which is like the deepest shade that we used, and blend that. I kind of want to try and like bring that dark shade along, but I just don't know. Like, there's so much potential to ruin it if I do that. So like, I'm scared. But like, if I could like run it, but also the thought of it, I'm like, ugh, like I could really ruin things. So I don't know if it's better off just leaving it. Like, it's not like it looks bad or anything. I just wish I had brought it along a bit more, but I think I'm just gonna have to leave it, because if I've ruined it now, there's no going back. And like, I feel like it's still like, it's not bad, it's just, anyway. I'm gonna take the shade called Free Floating, which is like this silvery. I'll put that on the inner corner. I'll even ombre it into this a little bit. I feel like it looks cute, like it's alright. Alright, let me go off camera. I'm gonna do lashes and everything like that, and then I'll be back and we can do the rest of the face. Okay, so we are done with the eyes now. I used the Laura Mercier Caviar Volume Mascara, and I also used the Lash Vault lashes in, oh god, I can't remember them now. Oh, Adriana. Let's get started on the face. So for primer today, I'm taking the Pretty Fresh Hydrating Illuminator. Ooh. Mine is in the shade Soft Ivory. It's chunked up a little bit. Oops. Rub it in. I'm worried that my foundation's going to be too light because I have like the eyes are so dark, but we'll figure it out. And today we are taking the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Hydrating Foundation. Mine is in the shade Fair 25W. I actually really quite like Colourpop complexion products. I feel like they do such a good job at them. I recently, over on my Patreon, it might not be out actually by the time you see this, But I've got a series over on my Patreon, and I do something called like working my way through my makeup collection. And basically last year I emptied out my entire makeup collection and put everything into boxes, and I've been like working through it and kind of like trying all my makeup out again. It's taking me so long, but I will say that like I don't film as many of them as I should. But I recently did one, and I did one similar to this where I tried like mainly Colourpop products. They're all different products to what I'm using now because they were in my boxes or whatever. I've recently started using the tinted moisturiser from them again, and it's actually so nice. Like, it just looks so nice on the skin, and I honestly just love it so much. But yeah, I just feel like Colourpop they do really nice complexion products, so I wish that we had them in stores down here like they do overseas, like in America and stuff, but we don't. Oh god, I'd love to see them like in store down here though. That would be amazing. I feel like Colourpop are a very like American brand. I feel like it's not super common in Australia, but I love Colourpop so much. I think they're an amazing brand. We're going to take the Pretty Fresh concealer. Mine's in the shade Fair 10N. This is one of my all-time favourite concealers. I feel like it's just so nice. I've actually kind of fallen off with my Colourpop purchases recently. I would love to do a big Colourpop haul soon. Maybe after we're back from our holiday and like I have, you know, I'm not saving as much money. I'd love to spend like a couple $100 on Colourpop and just get like some stuff. They do send me PR, but they don't send me everything. Not that I'm not grateful, but like, yeah, there are things that I want that like they haven't sent me. And even just releases that I've missed and stuff. Like, I realised that I don't have a bronzer. I don't have the Colourpop setting powder anymore. I know I had the loose powder at some stage. I can't remember what happened to it. I must have decluttered it. I'm taking the Anastasia Vanilla setting powder just to set the concealer, and I'm going to take the Australis Fresh and Flawless to set the rest of my face because I don't have any Colourpop like setting powders. But yeah, I'd love to do just a big Colourpop haul. I feel like they have always like supported me, and like, I don't know, I do really like the brand. I really love the products, and I use them long before I was ever on the PR list. But I also feel bad sometimes because I feel like obviously when like brands are sending you stuff, like I feel like sometimes you don't buy from them as much because obviously they're sending you stuff, and I still want to support Colourpop because I love Colourpop so much. But yeah, there's some things on the website. I was looking on there a little while ago, and I would love to get some of the stuff on there. I really want to get the Pokemon collection, and they've got it like a mystery box on there, which I'd love to get as well. Even their Harry Potter collection, that looks so cool. I really want to get that. But obviously, like all of the collections, like they're not expensive, but like in the scheme of makeup, they're not expensive. But obviously, it's expensive to like drop on a makeup collection then and there. You know what I mean? Especially when like we're saving for the holiday and stuff. So, and I feel like when I order from Colourpop, I like to get like a few things at a time because then you don't pay shipping, and also I feel like it just, I don't know, when I order from websites, I normally like to get a couple of things. Like, I'm not really I don't really buy like one product. Like, that's just not me. I'm going to take the Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil bronzer because I don't have a bronzer from Colourpop. But yeah, so I really want to do a Colourpop order soon. I'd also like to get some things for a giveaway as well. You know what I think Colourpop need to do? They need to release an advent calendar. Could you imagine how hard a Colourpop advent calendar would go? I would pay so much money for a Colourpop advent calendar, honestly. I really want to do an order soon, so that's probably something that I'll think about like when we get back from the trip or whatever. I'm going to take one of my all-time favourite blushes. This is the... I loved this collection so much. I'm so sad it's not a thing anymore, but this is from Colourpop Land. It was like their collab that they did with Candyland. This is the Gummy More Super Shock highlighter. First of all, it smells so good. And I don't know, there's just something about this highlighter, like, this blush. I just love it so much. I haven't used it in ages. And this used to be a favourite for me. It's got like a bit of a sheen to it. And I just think it's so stunning. I liked this before I was even really into blush. And yeah, I just think it's so pretty and I love it. And then today we're going to take a Super Shock highlighter. This is Flute Punch. One thing I don't love about Colourpop is I love all the constant releases. Like, people say it's too much. I don't care. Like, I love constant releases. Like, yeah, it's hard to keep up, but I love it. But something I don't like is that a lot of them are so limited. So you fall in love with a product and then it's gone, and it's like, girl, bring it back. How nice is the Super Shock highlighter? Like, it's so pretty. And like, don't tell me that like this doesn't look high end, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like obviously there's a lot of brands now that are like more affordable and they look really good quality, but I feel like Colourpop always had that down from the start. Like, their stuff has always been really good quality for an affordable price. I'm gonna spray my face with the, I don't want this one, that's the no filter, I want the other one. This is the Pretty Fresh setting spray. This is almost an empty, like. Alright, I'm gonna go off camera, I'm gonna do my hair, do some lips, and then we'll be back. Okay, I feel like I kind of chose the wrong lip colour, but I used the Colourpop Lippy Pencil in Brink, and I used the Luxe Velvet lipstick in Casual Dress. But this is the finished look. Close up of the eyes. I actually quite like them. I think they're really pretty. But yeah, that was our full face of Colourpop. I really want to get some more Colourpop complexion products and also a bronzer. I feel like I did have a Colourpop bronzer at one point, and I know I had the loose powder at one point as well, but anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Really hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!